Green Arena, Hawke's Bay Hawks, Otago Nuggets, two teams in different veins of form at the moment as the battle for the final six in the NZNBL continues. Can the Hawks win at home? Can the Nuggets get the double on the road in round 12? I hope you're well. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me. Brooke Rusco looking resplendent as always on a night where surely we're going to see some magic from the Hawks.
Oh, they have to get it done. There's no two ways about it. Have to get it done at the moment. And what better time to get your first win at home than tonight when you need it the most. But Ty Webster is back in the league. Welcome back, Ty. 28 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists on his debut the other night. Just showed how good he is and how great it is to have him back in the league. And the Hawks are going to have to slow him down. Got
his team home in a massive comeback against the Rams. One game played earlier today. The Tuatara taking down a disappointing Giants outfit by 34, believe it or not. And that battle for 5 and 6 wide open at the moment. Games coming up to finish off round 12. And, well, it's a massive day tomorrow. I don't want to understate it because the Jets and the Airs with games in hand, if they can win those two games tomorrow, wow, yeah, game on.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the Saints need to do the same thing. They need to stay at that number 5 spot. They need to get a win. They played last night and didn't really show up to their standards. They need to go back down the road, show up in Palmy and get a big win on the road. But the Jets need it just as badly as well.
Let's not forget about the Sharks. Sharks need
absolutely.
to win.
Absolutely, and I think the Giants, they opened the door, left the door just slightly ajar for everyone to still float around and play for that 5 and 6.
So a big one tonight and two massive games coming up tomorrow. Nuggets starters tonight: McCulloch, Withers, Harris, Big Jack Andrew and Ty Webster wearing the number 90. No Sam Timmins, no Ja'Cory McLaughlin, I should say. But this is a solid unit. Let's catch up with Coach Brent Matahate.
Kia ora, Brent, what's our key focuses for tonight?
Oh, look, first and foremost, mihi out to the folks out at Mahu Marae. Went out to see them yesterday, and the work that they're doing with Task Force Kiwi. Man, the clean-up's still going on 128 days later. So I guess that's first and foremost. To the Hawks, they're a talented bunch. They haven't been getting it done this year, but they've certainly got a lot of weapons out there. So we need to negate those.
Heading towards the business end of the season, what's the key focuses?
Yeah, I mean, obviously knitting together as a group. We've got a couple of new faces in the team with Ty and Nico, and obviously we get Sam back next week. So looking forward to that and having all our pieces heading into the finals.
Good luck.
Yeah, kia ora.
Love how Coach Matahate takes his team out for those community visits, just keeps them grounded, some perspective and balance in their lives.
Well, it worked last year. If it worked last year and you guys got the dub, keep doing what you're doing. But you're absolutely right. Great to get back out there and see what he's doing with the team.
Starters for the Hawks tonight: Ngatai, Rusbatch, Harris, Lee and Rokawa. We know how experienced this lineup is. They just have to get over this hump that they've got in front of them on this court at home. Yeah, that chip on the shoulder at the moment, they just can't, you're right, they just can't get over the hump. But we look at the names: Ngatai, Rusbatch, Harris, Lee as well, and Rokawa, is back in there too. So they have to show up, and for me, it's Ethan tonight. They need to see that 3 ball go through it, and if he can hit a couple and keep that streak alive, I think that can help them get back into the winner's circle. Let's have a chat now with Coach Everard Bartlett.
Okay, Coach Everard Bartlett, what's the key focuses for tonight's game?
Yeah, defensive trends with this team. They had an impressive win over Rams on Thursday night. Obviously, they added some key weapons, that are dangerous in that open court. So for us, locating them early, slowing them down is a massive task for us.
Heading towards the end of the season, hasn't been too much a good win-loss scenario here at Hawke's Bay. What's the key for that?
The key? We've got to go out there and execute the game plan and, play with a bit of pride and try and protect home court. Like you said, had some tough games home. Been in 4 overtimes this far, 2 buzzer beaters. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I believe that I have the team to able to call some of these upsets. We have a tough road on our way home to the end of the season. So, we take care of business. We come out here with that locked-in mentality and start us this, win streak off right now.
All the best tonight, Coach.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
Well, that may go down as the understatement of the season. Give him the award right now. Roller coaster and Hawks, those two words together. Wow.
And I don't think that they're underdogs. I don't think they're going to be upsets with the squad they have. I understand how they're playing. I still don't look at this squad as upsets, but they do need to get it going, and it needs to happen tonight. We see 3 losses in a row. If you want to make the finals and show up at the right times, this can be the start of that movement that they need, that momentum that they need to find, but it needs to happen right now. Right now, there's no two ways about it.
Those 2 wins, by the way, TAB head-to-head for the Hawks, the Southern double against the Sharks and the Nuggets. Last time these 2 teams played, the Hawks took the Nuggies down by 1.
Yeah, different squads now, though, and obviously we've talked about Ty Webster a bunch, and the matchup that he's going to have with Bryce McBride and Jerome when he's out there as well. Jared Keeney, I know he's going to see a lot of matchups and a lot of different coverages, but I'm looking forward to tonight's matchups.
How about Harris and Withers? If they go to each other tonight, look out, sparks will fly.
I think Withers is going to start on Ngatai.
Really?
Yeah, I think Withers starts on Ngatai. Ngatai needs to go back into the post. That's where he's at his best, in my opinion. Can finish off both. Strong down there. He's a good passer when they double. I'd like to see them go to him nice and early in the post. Really slow the game down. If they don't get looks in transition, they need to clean up the glass. Make sure they clean up the glass. Get some looks out in trans. If they have to slow it down, go to Jordan Ngatai in the post. Really see if he can solidify his spot down there nice and low and just get a nice little rhythm going nice and early.
There's our coin officials, Melanie O'Connor, Sharon Martin and Reagan Ashley. Results so far in round 12. The Nuggets took down the Rams by 13. What a comeback that was. They trailed 17-1 early in that game. The Bulls, tough, physical team, defeated the Saints by 11 last night, and the Tuatara just steamrolled the Giants by 34. Disappointing from the team from Nelson.
I reckon it's a really, really big win for the Tuatara. Reason is they're expected to win that game, but they made a statement tonight. We're at home. We're going to blow this game out nice and early and let the league know, hey, we mean business. We're here to stay. I think there was a statement game tonight that they made.
Well, this Nuggets team, we know what they're capable of doing. Reigning champions, of course, and if they do get back Ja'Cory McLaughlin in time for the final 6, and Sam Timmins back next week as well. I mean, all of a sudden, with Ty Webster coming in, this unit looks explosive.
And I love having him back. I don't know if we are going to get him back, but you have him and Ty in the backcourt, and then you have Nico coming off the bench to help with the second unit to keep the ball going through. That's a tough look.
Underway tonight here at Pettigrew Green Arena. First possession for the Hawks. Can they finally muster their first win of the season on home deck and keep their finals aspirations alive? Ngatai short, Harris cleans it up, and that's just the start they wanted.
Well, I wasn't right with the matchups, but I like where they went. Withers was on Harris to put Webster on Ngatai, but go to the post. I know he missed that shot. That's okay, go back to it.
Michael Harris just finds a way to accumulate points, doesn't he? Nico McCulloch, great to see him back out there as well. 2 players to watch tonight. Here is Harris on the right wing for 3. That one just off. Big Jack Andrew hands it back, and Harris at the hoop has it knocked clear by Ira Lee.
And this is where I think they need to get looks. Get out in trans. The defense that this Nuggets team can set up, especially with the guys with Webster and McCulloch out there. Try and find yourself some easy looks.
Rusbatch on the handoff. First shot of the game for Ethan tonight. He's good.
And promising signs. Saw that his man went under, had a little bit of space. Good screen there. Shot the ball confidence. And Ethan just needs to see one go through as we see the nice up and under from Harris, who's been busy the last few rounds. Gets going nice and early once again.
Liked his patience there. Orakawa dumps it off, and there he is, Hiram Harris. We know that if he can get going tonight, he's a hard man to stop.
Jeez, is he what? I almost wouldn't run plays for Hiram at the moment. Hiram's going to get his. He's going to do it the right way, get out in transition, crash the boards, get looks for Ethan Rusbatch, Daron, and let Hiram let the game come to him.
Hawks out by 5 early. Good start tonight. Orakawa spent a lot of this season coming off the bench, 6th man. Great start for him as well, and all of a sudden the Hawks out to a 7-point lead.
And great starts because it's one shot down the other end, cleaning up the glass, and then it's quick hits.
Here's McCulloch, steps back, deep corner shot, comes up short. Harris with the rebound, and here they come again. Harris, McCulloch right there with him. Ball comes free, picked up by Webster. On the move, will go all the way to the hoop. Draws the foul, and he's off to the TAB. He went there 9 times against the Rams on Thursday night. 6 away, part of his 28-point opener.
Yeah, smart player. Point guard, knows how to create contacts, played around the world, marked some of the best players. It's not the first time he's been in the gym. Understands it. Always tough off a turnover too. The last person you want the ball to land in, is Ty Webster. Give him space when your defense isn't set up. And he makes the pay, gets to the line, misses the first though.
Harris with the hot start tonight, 4 points, 2 rebounds already, and an assist. Webster on the score sheet. Converts from the TAB. Here's Rokawa looking for the foul. Harris, again, just that handoff to Rusbatch. Can't convert with his second. Here's Natai, back to the basket, spins delightfully off the glass for 2.
Love that. Took his time, offensive rebound. Let them set up. And they just backed it down.
Oh, Webster through the gap somehow. Here's Withers. First time we've really seen him tonight. Harris lets fly. That one just short. Big Jack Andrew battling a couple underneath. Hawks come up with it. Okawa searching with Harris. Gives it off to Lee. Jack Andrew, good defense, big man. Does well. Webster on the move, gets to the basket, and he's fouled again. He's made his intentions known early tonight. Took out a couple of Hawks. Ty Webster back to the TAB stripe.
Yeah, tough when he's downhill. Steam behind him. He's going to get to the free throw line. Athletic, can find his shooters as well. Full of confidence too. But we go back down the other end. And when they slow it down, it's not those quick hits. You allow this Nuggets team, who defensively have been pretty good all year long, and you welcome back in Ty Webster. You play into their hands. The quick hits, the early on balls, the slips that they had with Hiram Harris, I think they need to keep going to that. And the easier shots they can get off those defensive boards, it's going to make it a much easier night for this Hawks team.
I don't think Nuggets fans will be too deterred by a slow start given what happened against the Rams. After half-time in that game on Thursday, gee, the Nuggets look good. They bring the margin back to 6 here. Ty Webster converting from the stripe. Here's Ira Lee underneath.
And to that point, even off a free throw, saw some space, quick hit. One-on-one, got to the left and finished.
Nico McCulloch going at 11.5 points a game since returning. What about this man, Todd Withers? 4 triples a game on average this season. And when he's got his eye in, look out. Good early basket for Todd Withers. Here's Harris looking for back-to-back for the Nuggets. Hawks now steady. Arakawa, such an important player. Second highest scorer. Rusbatch just didn't get a handle on it. In fact, of the 7 Hawks in this team who played in the Sal's NBL last season, only 2 of them are scoring at a higher clip than they did in 2022. 5 of them are underneath their 2022 scoring average.
Yeah, they played at such a pace last year. And one thing that has hurt them is there's been a lot of turnovers on the year. They need to protect the ball and fill it up, but they need to get it going soon.
Those 2 players who are scoring more compared to 2022, by the way, Jordan Natai and Daron Rokawa. Big Ira Lee draws the foul, converts. 3-point play coming up from the TAB. And hasn't he come on in the last month or so of the season, Ira Lee?
Well, I think one thing that happens is when imports get out here, it's learning how to stay on the floor. And was just picking up fouls nice and early. He's worked out how aggressive he can be, how physical he can be while he's out there. And they need him out there, and he's playing well.
Averaging 18 points, 9 rebounds a game. The American import heads to the sidelines. Jordan Hunt comes on for his first run tonight.
But once again, I like the look that they go to. They go into the post. You don't have those initial hits, those quick hitters. Go back to Natai in the post. Go back to Lee in the post. Hiram Harris as well. But just make sure you keep going there as we see the easy drive. Just way too easy. Cannot have those drives. Rips it baseline. No help. The easiest layup Nico's going to get tonight.
His first points in the game, McCulloch. Here's Natai looking to turn the corner. There was a foul in there. Robbie Coleman. Nuggets next week back home. They take on the Bulls. What a matchup that'll be. Two hard-nosed defensive teams. And speaking of next week, with the Hawks back at home, coming to visit them, the Wellington Saints. Aitchison reaches in with the foul, and depending on what happens tonight, and of course the Saints are in action tomorrow against the Jets. What a juicy matchup that is, the Hawks and the Saints.
Matchups across the board as we make our way down to the final stretch and into the playoffs. And you're right, night in and night out. It's more than likely going to be a good one as we see the nice drop step from Jordan Hunt. Quick spin, easy finish. And a good start from this Hawk squad. Out 8, just over 5 gone.
Midway through the first. Here is Ty Webster. Aitchison pulls up the dribble, eventually gets it to Harris. That won't go, but look who comes in, just swooping in from the left. Todd Withers.
Yeah, good help from Jordan Natai. He had Withers. No one came down to box out Withers, and he picks it up. He's out to 5.
Good early start for one of the best players in the Salsa NBL, an all-star 5 candidate, Todd Withers. Harris now hands it off. Kenny saw the tall timber, gave it to his own tall timber in Hunt. In the end, that's come off Hiram Harris. And the Nuggets will come up with it.
And in that action where they had Jordan Natai in the handoff, I think you literally just pull it out and throw it back into him. You have to abuse it down there. Run it dry. But just not even looking at it on certain plays as he whips the step back. And short on that one.
Early stages, Saturday night action in the Salsa NBL. Earlier tonight, the Tuatara taking down the Giants with ease. Rob Lowe again, star of the show. What a season he's having. Here's McBride. Debut last week, fresh off a plane, late season addition for the Hawks as they try and get their way to the final 6. Natai well short on the shot. Here's Webster. And he's called for the double dribble.
And no complaints. Couldn't see it from this angle.
Couple of questions though.
Always a couple of questions. Ty's always going to ask a question. But I didn't see that from this angle, but picked it up. Didn't have too much to say, passed the ball over.
Third turnover, sorry, the Hawks 3 turnovers early. That's just the first turnover in the game for the Nuggets. Here's McBride. Pressured shot. Picked up by the Nuggets. Here comes Ty Webster again. Just crashes into McBride. That was like dodging cars. And now a foul picked up on McBride, it looks like. How good was it on Thursday night, Brooke, to see the Webster brothers playing against each other? We believe for the first ever time.
I did see that. That is a fact. You get 2 of the best. They just happen to be brothers. Whoever suited up in this country and put on that black jersey. It's good to have them back in the league too, as we see another straight line drive. And once again, just too easy. No help on the baseline. But 2 of the best to ever play between the lines in New Zealand. They finally went at each other. For 2 teams in the South Island, I never thought I'd see the day.
First field goal of the game for Ty Webster tonight. He has 5 points. Russ Batch with a couple of triples in this opening quarter. Good signs for him.
Yeah, good signs, good start. You keep going back to it too. That will allow everything else to open up. Russ Batch gets going. You have to know where he is at all times on the floor. You get more space than Natai in the post, Harris in the post.
Got to give respect to Corey Webster as well. There was a poll on Thursday going around as to which Webster would score the most points in that matchup between the Rams and the Nuggets. McBride gets to the hoop and will head to the TAB. And Corey did come out publicly and as much as said he voted for his brother.
That will be the only time I can guarantee that Corey Webster ever bets against himself, as if he's voting for his brother.
In fact, that basket didn't count. Foul was committed on the floor. A couple of minutes to play in this opening quarter tonight here at Pettigrew Green Arena. Hawks needing a win. Was there a foul there? No. Some contact between McCulloch and Rusbatch. Here's Harris now, can accumulate, averaging 22 points a game. Big Jack Andrew underneath. Fouled by Jordan Hunt.
Good pass from Aitchison. It had to be in the perfect spot. Hooked it around. Andrew took his time, gets to the free throw line.
Jack Andrew playing big minutes this week. Of course, no Sam Timmins. We have seen that previously this season, and still such a young man, Andrew.
He's playing well. Just playing his role. He's not overplaying anything. In the right spots at the right time. Battles night in and night out. And they got that huge win against the Saints after the night before they lost to the Jets. Harris had one of the best games he's had all season long. I think that sparked fire. That got them back in the winner's circle. And they're playing with true confidence at the moment.
Of course, Jack Andrew is part of that big Kiwi contingent at the Perth Wildcats. Foul picked up there. Hawks will get it back. And it's a growing Kiwi contingent.
Is it what?
There's more chili bins over there than there are Eskies. Do you know what an Esky is, by the way?
Same thing, isn't it?
Right, okay, it is. Yep, just checking.
A couple of thongs and sandals.
Jordan Hunt at the TAB. I think on last count, 17 New Zealanders signed to play in the upcoming Australian NBL. Amazing.
Wow. A couple that we haven't seen in the league before.
Absolutely.
Strength to strength. Hope Dante gets a chance there. Dante Russo-Nance signed as a development player with the Wildcats, but Aaron Young's there as well. Hope he gets a chance to show what he's about.
Well, for Perth Wildcats fans watching tonight, and they'll be watching on with interest because, of course, Ty Webster's running around, Michael Harris, Jack Andrew. Hiram Harris, there's another. 4 in this game. What can you tell Perth Wildcats fans about Dante Russo-Nance? Because we've had the pleasure of seeing him as a 16, 17-year-old for 2 seasons in the Salons NBL, of course, playing with the Tuatara, and damn, he's exciting.
He's good. One thing I love about Dante is he plays at his own pace. He's not going to get rushed. Doesn't matter if he's playing 16-year-olds or 32-year-olds who have been around the world. Doesn't get flustered. Plays his game. You guys signed a good one.
Of course, you were on the same team as him a couple of seasons ago. So you've seen him firsthand. Going to be a big season for the Wildcats in the Aussie NBL. Right here now, though, inside the last minute of this first quarter. Rusbatch has had a good start. That's a good dime. And Jared Kenny's there to add another 2. 10-point margin now, late in the first. Great start tonight on their home deck, the Hawks. Searching for win number 6 of the season, and they effect a turnover. Chance at some late points. McBride from the wing. Short on the shot. McCulloch quickly back the other way.
Right shot, though. 2-for-1 opportunity. They got the steal, had space. Capable shooter. Like the look.
Coleman wants to give it up. McCulloch closely checked. Uses the body of Coleman. Withers free on the wing. Catch and shoot. That one's off. Loose ball. Falls back to the Nuggets. They understand the game clock. Inside 10 seconds. Foul Jared Kenny, who also understood what was going on.
Yeah, he's been around a couple times. Knows the game better than most.
Did give up 2 shots, though. I'm thinking he didn't quite understand that.
He said he thought they weren't in the bonus on the next one.
There you go. He's just put his hand up and taken ownership of that. McCulloch, TAB strike. Trying to get some late points here for the visitors. As you said during the pre-game, Brooke, have been a little bit up and down of late, haven't they?
They have, but they have potential. You look at the squad that they have. They can get it done and they can turn it around. So we see Jared Kenny.
Goes with the deep three on the buzzer. And that'll do us. Opening quarters belong to the home team. They're searching for their first win at home this season. And with that will come an opportunity to climb back up into the top 6 on the Sal's NBL ladder. Quarter time, Hawks lead it by 9. Don't go away. Quarter time in Hawke's Bay tonight. The home team leading this one by 9. Long way to go. Brooke Rusco just feels like neither team's got out of second gear yet. But it's a great start tonight, exactly what this Hawks team is looking for.
Yeah, and before the game, Coach Everard Bartlett said they need to control D-Trans. And one way you can control D-Trans is by scoring. They've done a good job again to the free throw line. They put up 25 points. They need to keep doing that, because if they allow this team to get out and run and make this one a track meet, it's going to be tough. But good start.
TAB stats, Ethan Rusbach, game high scorer at the moment with 6 points. Here's Nico McCulloch inside. Just can't get it to go. Denham Brook right there to meet him. Here is Rusbach. Did all the heavy lifting there to add to his 6 points. Put it away though. Todd Withers. You definitely know what this man's capable of, and it's a little bit of that.
I don't think I've ever seen a post-up crossover like that before. Started with the back down, stepped away, squared up, right to left, got to the free throw line against Jordan Natai, who was a good defender. Withers found a little bit of space. Felt the contact and gets to the line.
New Balance team merch. There's the QR code on screen if you want to buy up the 2023 team apparel. That's where you head to shop away.
Some good ones. Looking at my favorite right there, that baby blue.
That's been the pick of the crop across the Sky Sport commentary team. The Nuggets baby blue. Margin back to 7. After Withers' trip to the TAB, here's McBride. Denham Brook, Ira Lee. Natai now. Nice little move, shimmy and a shake. Hits it with the left.
Big hit too. Kind of at 6s and 7s on that position. Nothing really going. Out of shape. Just got it to Jordan Natai and he hits a big 3.
Webster finds McCulloch. Was there contact there? No whistle. Natai, hand on the ball. Andrew nowhere to go. Finds Webster on the left wing. That is well short. He's been A little bit off from deep so far tonight, Webster. You do know he's going to get it going at some stage.
Well, he was 6 of 10 the other night. He can't get it going. But at the moment, they're doing a good job just contesting, not giving up on plays. We saw Jordan Napier right there as he picked up the foul. But they're just doing a good job with their second efforts. This is second or third time now I've seen them rotate right, not give up on the play, contest on those 3 balls. And then they're tidying up the glass as well. Have to continue to only allow this Nuggets team to have 1 shot on each possession. Doing a good job at the moment.
Early stages of the second quarter. McBride, plenty of space with thanks to Ira Lee. He can't get it to go either. Webster on the move. Withers, Nartai in front of him. Harris now loves to get to the hoop, and he does exactly that. Will it count? It will. So Michael Harris with a chance for the bonus at the TAB. Gets to the stripe at about 5.5 times a game. He's got a great turn of speed.
And I could be a little bit tough on him on this one and nitpicking a bit, but I think that's when he's at his best. When he can get to the rim, he's athletic, he can finish with both sides like we saw just then, can finish through contact. I think he's the best when he's getting to the rim. He's got that float game there as well, which he can pull up into. Now, don't get me wrong, extremely capable shooter. And we saw him play the Saints and he hit some of the craziest shots that I've seen in a long time. Contested, wow, he still managed to hit them. I think he's at his best when he can get to the rim and get to the free throw line.
Yeah, converts. He's top 5 for getting to the TAB this season in the league. Rakawa, nice work to Ira Lee. He's headed to the stripe at the other end. Number 1 in the league, by the way, for visits to the TAB stripe. Just the 1 game, but Ty Webster did get there 9 times on Thursday night, ahead of tonight's game against the Tuatara. Callum McRae was averaging 7.5 visits. And then comes Jared Weeks and Kyle Adnam at 6.2 per game.
Yeah, Jared Weeks, when he's out in transition, he is a tough cover. His price is actually not slightly higher. I think he gets done a couple of times and they miss a couple of the calls when he's out in transition. Same with Adnam, but still a nice number to get to the free throw line that often.
Ira Lee converts, shooting at 85% this season from the free throw line. And he takes that margin back out to 9. Nuggets just chipping away. Here's Webster. Everyone followed Withers. Nobody went to Harris. And he couldn't make the Hawks pay.
Good look though, like the set. Had their big 3 in that action right there. They put up 86 points together to Webster, Harris, and Withers the other night. That's a tough cover. You get Withers diving. Communication wasn't there on the weak side, and he fires Harris for the wide open shot, just misses it, but that's the right play. Put the ball in Webster's hands. You make the right call for us so they don't pick you up. Put your head down and get to the rim. And you have to stay at home too. Nico in the corner there. Have to know where he is at all times, so it's a tough cover on that. They're set with the 3 of them.
Rakawa puts it down. Nartai got the size on McCulloch, gets it back, spins inside, hands it off to Harris. Just looked a little bit unorthodox on his left on that occasion, like he lost a handle on it.
Like the look too. Once again, going back to Nartai, you get Hiram Harris that look. He's going to make 9 out of 10 of them.
Harris again, downhill. Here's Rusbach. Holds it up, they steady the Hawks. In a good set of hands here, Harris. Now Rakawa, deep 2. Front of the iron, Ira Lee bumps it back out to his right and getting the drop. Rakawa for 3.
Offensive rebounds. Got to tidy those up, can't give them second chance opportunities. Feet were set on that second one and he hits the 3. Good pass from Lee. Same place as he was last time.
Rattling around on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Timeout here, 6:41 left to play in the first half. Hawks lead it by 12. And the Nuggets want to have a chat about it. I wonder if they'll be chatting about the Sal's Super Special $35 large, 100 pepperoni black garlic pizza. Sounds good.
Black garlic, okay.
Look out.
Spicy.
Pick up only. There's the online code. Pretty easy online code to remember.
Yeah, that's one we can keep. It's a healthy serving of pepperoni too.
Yeah, I like that. Looking the goods, valid until next Wednesday. Final 6, not too far away. Get your tickets now. I believe there's still a little bit of an early bird discount available for a few more days. Look at that, right on cue. There's the QR code. Tickets on sale July 20 to 23, Trusts Arena. Gee, I'll tell you what, if the race for the final 6 is anything to go by, we are in for 4 epic nights.
And I've been asked multiple times at the barbershop, at basketball, who's going in 5 or 6?
I got no idea.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
my
with
standard
you.
answer.
I think I got 4 that can get through in that fight for 5 or 6. Saints, they got a little bit of breathing room right now. They need to get that win tomorrow. But 5 and 6, that's up for grabs right now.
Well, Casey Frank said on Hoopheads during the week that he still wasn't sold. That won't count on the Saints. He didn't believe they were safe. And then, of course, dropping that game last night to the Bulls. Once again, our man, Mr. Frank, may be onto something.
You have to agree with them. I don't think they're safe just yet. We know what they're capable of. We've seen them put it together. But they just have to work out how can they do that. Consistency needs to be the #1 thing for the Saints at the moment. It's a big game tomorrow night.
7-7 record for the Saints. Todd Withers, oh, that one halfway down. Really good shot for him. Rakawa has just hit one from deep. Having an excellent season. Slick pass inside Lee to the corner. Hiram Harris on the drive. That comes up short on his favoured left. Now a chance for the Nuggets. Just can't get things going tonight so far. Coleman turns it over. Great hands in the lane. Nartai just unable to chase it down, but the intention was definitely there.
Good look on all sides. Withers saw the double coming. It was actually a triple. Found Coleman. The idea was right. Had to get the ball fake, get Nartai out the way, and then find Webster. Good job from Nartai to read the play, get the hands in the way. He was almost down the other rim for a big dunk.
Been a big 24 hours for New Zealand basketball. 5th New Zealand-born player drafted into the NBA yesterday, of course. Congratulations to Mojave King, who we saw in the Sal's NBL with the Sharks. Pick 47.
Not the worst place to go either.
Be happy to go any pick.
Spend your time with the Lakers and LeBron James.
Well, I think he's already been traded. Isn't he headed to the Pacers? Has that trade gone through? You should be all over that, surely.
Actually, I'll give him a text after this. I'll find out.
We'll find out from the source. Harris back to the TAB. I mentioned that he's the 5th New Zealand-born player drafted.
Oh, test me. Come on, test me. I got this.
I shouldn't say drafted. Played. Well, he hasn't played yet.
He'll make the call.
But potentially with the chance. There's 4 other New Zealand-born players who have played in the NBA. That's what I'm trying to say. Who
Stephen
are they?
Adams.
1.
Sean Marks.
2.
Kirk Penny.
3.
Corey Webster?
No. Played some of those, I believe.
I can feel everybody staring at me right now through the TV. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
I'll leave it with you. Keep thinking about that. Here's Harris. Big steps to the basket again. Ira Lee there to butter it up. Good decision. Nice play from Hiram Harris. Ira Lee adds another 2. Here's Webster. Creates his own space. And again, just short on that shot. From deep tonight, Ty Webster. He's missed a few. Rakawa has been on target, and that one wasn't too far away.
A good look, though. I like it. Back in transition. Found space on their on-ball. That's a good look.
Here's Webster. Shot clock at 10. Jack Andrew wants to hand it off. Harris has 7 in the game. This will take him to 10. Back of the iron. Loose ball off hands. Jared Kenny picks it up.
Doing a really good job on the glass.
That may have
football there.
Yeah, may have come off a foot. Tyrone Rakawa won't be happy with that, as he drains the 3 that won't count. Timeout called here. Midway through the second quarter, Hawks lead it by 11. And I mentioned coming into this quarter, it felt like we hadn't got out of second gear, and I tell you, I still feel the same way.
Yeah, much of the same. I think the Nuggets are still trying to find, they've got a brand new point guard in there. Nico McCulloch's just come back as well. Still trying to find their place, trying to find their space. They had an amazing second half the other night, so we know what they are capable of. But realistically, it's still their second game with a brand new point guard. Still trying to learn the systems, back on the road. Once they work it out, we saw what they are capable of doing. But right now, it's playing in the Hawks' hands. If they can continue to control the glass, that's what they're doing right now. 17 boards, only giving up 4, a couple of those on the same position as well. If they can continue to control the glass, get out and run it, I think they're still leaving some out on transition as well. Pulling the ball out when they've got numbers. Jordan Natai in the post can back down, give you different looks and different options. But right now, if they can continue to play like this, and it doesn't get out of third gear, Hawks will be happy with that.
How did you go on our Saturday Sal's NBL Super Quiz? Hopefully, Mojave King becomes the 5th born New Zealander to play in the NBA after being drafted yesterday. Who were the other 4? Stephen Adams, Kirk Penny, Sean Marks. You have 3 of them. One more Kiwi-born player who's played in the NBA.
Is it a trick question?
In fact, played 522 games, no less.
Oh, Sean Marks. Did I say Sean Marks?
You've said Sean Marks. He played 230. Back to the action. I'm enjoying watching your brain tick over at the moment. The mice are running rampant in the corner.
Aaron Baines.
Knox, yes!
Aaron Baines, come on, we got there.
Darcy Knox got there as well. Big triple for the corner. For the Nuggets, spot on, Aaron Baines. Born in Gisborne, from memory. Natai for 3, answers back the other way.
Well, we talked about that at the start of the game. They need to make 3s. Only had 7 the other night, 7 of 25 against the Giants. Natai's made a couple, Rusbatch has made a couple, Derone as well. They need to keep seeing that 3 ball go through and stop that man from hitting 3s as well.
Back to back, Darcy Knox. We know he's capable. We've seen it a few times this season. Now he's got to play some heavy set defense on Natai. Good little double, sneaky double there from Nico McCulloch. And it forces the turnover. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There he is in the corner. That was the first. Darcy Knox.
Always ready. Love that, come in, find your space. Shoot the ball, confidence. Makes them pay twice back-to-back plays.
I'll tell you who we haven't seen tonight, which makes me think he'll be carrying an injury, is Matthew Bardsley. See him right down the end of the bench at the moment. Hasn't taken that warm-up top off. And I've got a feeling Matthew Bardsley might be carrying a bit of a tweak. There's the Jordan Natai answer to Darcy Knox, and Darcy Knox answered back.
Right back at you for bonus points. Going back to Aaron Baines. His brother used to play for the Hawks.
Really?
Callum.
Are you creating your own bonus points tonight, eh?
It took me too long. I had to redeem myself somehow. His brother actually is now in the mines making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hawks by 8. You've added about 3 or 4 facts. I was keeping it simple. Jordan Hunt for 3. Oh, look at that. Just rimmed out. McCulloch quickly. Darcy Knox covered on the wing. Firing away. Harris leaves it a touch short. His namesake picks it up. Here's Hiram Harris. Rusbatch, nowhere to go, good hands. Coleman fighting for it. McCulloch comes up with it. Has a couple to beat. Hesitation. Oh, around the back. Sweet dime. Michael Harris, the recipient.
Just under control. Love that. Got them up with the hizzy. Behind the back. Fought for the ball down the other possession. Managed to get it off Ethan Rusbatch and then just took his time out in transition. 3 of his boys following through. Put it on a dime.
Just getting a clean up on the court. So Nuggets rolling with the 8 players tonight. Rusco, clearly, as we just made a point of, Matthew Barnsley doesn't look like playing. Fouls, not a problem at the moment. Josh Aitchison has 2, the only player with multiple fouls. There's that finish. And again, that hesitation, composure.
All the time in the world. And back to Harris too, he's up to 10 now. But he had a 3 just before, early in the shot clock. Defense was set up, and that's why I think he's playing back into their hands. 0-5 right now from deep. But he's just so good at getting to the paint. He just needs to stay head down and keep getting in there.
Hiram Harris ran into Webster. Rakawa stepping back inside. Michael Harris, battle on the boards. And Ty Webster had a fair grab at that one. Foul is called. Nuggets to come up with it. And they have just chipped away in this quarter. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's Rakawa getting up. Here comes the foul. I think that'll be against Jordan Hunt. Reaching in over Webster.
And Tyrone knows it too. That's his shot. Left that one short. Good look. Took his time. Got into the paint. As we see the more set up in front of Ty Webster.
Sneaky little tactic there from the Hawks. They've been known for a few different tactics at the TAB this season.
Oh, they'll get you.
Ethan Rusbatch earlier on this season was practicing his putting one night.
That's right, it was too. Worrying signs here this last minute and 54 for me if you're this Hawks team, because you're in the bonus. And that man right there knows it. Does a good job of creating contact. Just gives them a chance to chip away. If you can keep them off the line, extend this lead, but just don't give the Nuggets any life going into halftime.
Moves to 7 in the game now. Ty Webster. Both teams still have their Sky City player timeout available to them for the opening half. Gee, we've seen a lot of Sky City player timeouts on this court through the season. That'll be against Nico McCulloch. Gave Hiram Harris a fair old push. Was kind enough to help him back to his feet though.
Oh, friends. It's a little shoulder. Sends it to the line. But I like the look. They had something there for Ethan Rusbatch on the down screen. They had him on the pin down. Especially when he comes out and he makes a couple threes in that first half. And then doesn't really get a look. Someone like him, capable is not even the word. Elite three-point shooter. Players like that, when they see a couple go through, keep going to them, keep going to them. Just hasn't had looks.
Hiram Harris thought it was shots. It's not. Ball in for the Hawks. Ira Lee, 9 points, 5 rebounds in the opening half. That's a good spin back on Withers, who ends up getting the rebound from the missed shot. Webster, hesitation, delightful. Todd Withers. Oh.
The worrying sign, though, is Ty Webster's down the other end. Looks like he's come down with a bit of an injury.
Harris converts. No whistle to stop play. We're going to see Ty Webster out in the corner. Here he is, back to his feet. Miracle recovery. Harris from deep. Oh, some big baskets late here in the first half for the Nuggets.
From their money men too. Withers has been huge all year and has been killing teams from deep. That time followed it up, put it back. And then Harris with a big 3 with Rusbatch in his face. Makes it a 1-point ball game.
Just like that, Nuggets back in it. Natai turns and responds.
Big silencer that they needed. Natai's been big from deep. Inside outside game, shot the ball with confidence as Webster comes back down and short on that one as well. What we got here?
Easy layup in the end for Jordan Natai, much to the disappointment of the man sitting next to me who was waiting for a highlight. And we've seen Natai deliver some big ones over the years. Sky City player timeout at the moment. There's that finish from Todd Withers getting up, and there he is, Ty Webster crashing into the signage. And then Harris with that 3. the Nuggets back in it. Sky City player timeout here late in the opening half. There's the QR code on screen. If you haven't picked up your community group tickets yet, schools, sporting groups, community groups, scan that QR code, put all your details in there, and you can take your group off to a Sal's NBL game. It is the Sky City ticket to the big game.
The Hawks done a good job here. Thought the Nuggets were coming back, had a little bit of momentum. Big three and put back from Withers. But they managed to get this one back out to 6.
Well, the man who's responded is Jordan Natai.
And they need him. There's no two ways about it. You can't sugarcoat it. This is the time.
He's got 13 in the game now. Game high scorer, Harris. Another deep, long look. Short. And just like that, with 15 seconds to play, Hiram Harris turns to Sharon Martin, one of our coin officials, and signals for the Hawks Sky City player timeout. If you're new to this, each team has one per half where they can come together. Players only, no coaches, no subs, can't go to the sidelines. Players come together. They can have a chat for 30 seconds. And importantly, the team with possession who's called the Sky City player timeout, they get to advance the ball. The only player who can call a player timeout is the player with the ball in their hands, as we just saw.
And I think it's been a great initiative. What I would do, I like the idea of only having one in the game.
Per half.
But I like the idea of just having the one. When do you use it? Do you use it in the first? Do you use it in the second? Do you hold it? It's been a big play, though, this year. As you see the back cut and good look from Hiram Harris.
And they may score out of this Sky City player timeout. Russ Batch has to get it up. Still a few seconds to play. Withers will go deep from beyond the half. And that one is away to the left. So half-time here. Hawks in that opening half led by as much as 12. The Nuggets have brought the margin back to 6. Saturday night hoops in the Sal's NBL. Hawks desperately needing a win to keep their final 6 aspirations alive. TAB stats not too far away. Stick with us at the half. The Hawks lead by 6. Halftime tonight here at Pettigrew Green Arena. Round 12 action. Can't believe we're just a month away from the final 6. Hawks leading by 6. All the stats, of course, with thanks to our official stats partner, the TAB. Let's have a look at them. Here's Brooke Rusco.
Yeah, big play from Jordan Natai, nice and early. That 3 ball is falling. We talked about it. They need to see that 3 ball go through, and he's hit a few. Went down into the post as well.
Saturday night hoops in the Sal's NBL second game of the night. Tuatara defeating the Giants earlier, and right now at the half, the Hawks lead this one by 6. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me, Brooke Rusco, and the importance of this game is amplified by the current ladder. This is how it looks. In fact, we'll go to that in a moment. Jordan Nartai has been involved in everything late in that first half. He's moved to 13 points. Todd Withers doing plenty as always. Some of the big highlights of that first half. Nico McCulloch busy, and how about Ethan Rusbach hitting some early threes to help get this Hawks squad off to a great start, led by as much as 12 in that opening half. And the Nuggets clawing it back to 6. Courtesy of this man, Darcy Knox, with 2 big triples in that second quarter. And of course, Michael Harris, as always, accumulating points. He just does that, doesn't he? Every game, Michael Harris.
Well, he's not scared to get them up either. 15 shots. But stays aggressive. And one thing about this Nuggets team is you have a very, very confident squad. No player on this squad is ever going to be lacking confidence. And you welcome in Ty Webster. If someone is lacking confidence, he's going to give it to them, which is a scary thing for other teams.
All the highlights, of course, with thanks to GJ Gardner-Holmes. Here's the ladder as it sits after the Tuatara winning tonight. They're that game clear. The Giants now hanging by a thread in 6th position. The Hawks, if they win tonight, they go to 6th. Tomorrow, massive games. The Jets take on the Saints. And then the Airs against the Sharks from 6 p.m. That game also live on Prime. Hope you can join us for that. What is key to this ladder right now is those teams that I just mentioned, the Jets and the Airs, they have more games yet to play. They have games in hand. And if those games can be wins, look out.
And they're watching this one closely tonight, hoping the Hawks don't get this one.
Oh, they'll be happy for the Hawks to lose this one.
Yeah, Nuggets come
so
through
too
this
will the
one.
Sharks.
The Giants.
The Giants. Second half, not too far away.
It's a big half for me for this Hawks team.
It's their half of the season. This is it right now. Forget about everything that's happened on this court throughout the season. We know that it hasn't been a happy hunting ground for them. They're the only team that hasn't won at home this season. They're 0-5. They've got to play this and another 3 games at home yet. So they've got this huge home stretch. If they can get this one tonight and get confidence back right here in their own fortress, on their own home deck, they can make a big run to the final 6. Forget about everything. It's now about this half of basketball.
And for me, it's not even if they just win. They need to win the right way. It still, to me, feels like they're in second gear, third gear. I know they put up 45 and held Otago to 39. But they just need to put foot on the throttle, have their statement game or their statement half, and it needs to happen right now. Nuggets are low on the bench. Timmins isn't here. Barnsley's not playing. Get out and run. Make it a trap meet. I think they've had opportunities to get out and run. They've pulled it out. Gone for second looks. Looks that haven't been as good on the other side. Get out and run. You're doing a good job on the glass.
Well, for Hawks fans, let's see if they can deliver. Second half underway. Nartai had an open shot there. Gave it up. And then goes down low to Lee. Faces the basket on Jack Andrew. Push deep. Now has to step around to the middle of the paint. Doesn't get the roll he was after.
Nartai needs to shoot that one. Space made 3 threes in the first half. Went 3 of 3. Need to see that one go.
McCulloch uses Withers. Goes back to the star American Todd Withers. Championship player with the Nuggets last season. And he's gone to another level in 2023.
And has he what? He has been superb this year on the defensive end. See Nartai pick up the foul. But on the defensive end, we know what he's about. He's athletic, get his chest in the way, can bang down low with the post, but the 3 ball has been falling from all year long. Averages 4. Tonight he's put in 7 or 8 threes. He had 5 threes in the final quarter against the Saints alone.
9 points, 8 rebounds tonight for Todd Withers. And it was his third quarter against the Rams on Thursday. Just filled it up and got his team back into that game. Explosive player. Here's Lee. Speaking of explosive, Rakawa. They will get it back though through Ira Lee. Now Natai fires away from deep and he is seeing the ring wide open tonight. Jordan Natai fouls back the other way. His 4th triple of the night.
Which opens up everything else. Now with that 3-ball, you have to be a little bit closer with Jordan Natai. He can hit you with the up fake, get baseline. Then if you do manage to cut him off, that's when you turn around and you post up and you go back to the left or the right. But you have to be a little bit closer. You have to know where he is at all times. And now he has to use that up fake, get them in the air, get to the rim.
Has not missed from deep. Perfect 4 of 4. He has 16 in the game. Webster, 28 against the Rams. A little bit quieter tonight. McCulloch, no. Bounced in and out twice.
And this is where I think they need to run.
Well, Hiram Harris knows it. He goes at Withers. Attacks off the glass. Withers will come up with it for rebound number 9.
And they're going for quick hits, but I'd almost just put my head down. Get out and run as we see Harris shoot the 3 and Hiram Harris tidy up the boards. But put your head on the rim. Get out quick as you see the big man steal. That works too.
Ira Lee on the turnaround. Maybe got a little bit of a graze down the arm. Michael Harris has never ever seen a bad shot.
Oh, he gets them up. And he's got the green light and it's been working. And that's why they're still in this game. You know, they're down 9 right now. Hasn't looked as smooth as it has other nights, but you have Harris, Webster, Withers. As we see Webster get to the rim, finish that time through contact.
That's 4 signs he's taken down tonight. Ty Webster, 2 at each end. Mark him down. If that was a stat, he's leading the way. There's the roll for Ty Webster.
Why it's such a luxury to have him back in the league for this Nugget squad is because he's surrounded by shooters. Withers has been lights out night in and night out. Harris has been filling it up. So you have to stay at home. You have to know where they are at all times. And that allows Ty Webster to have more space. Can probe at the top where he is right now, the free throw line. If you come closer, he can find the shooters. If you don't, create contact, get to the rim. Find yourself an and one just like that.
Can't convert from the TAB. 5 of 7 tonight. Got there 9 times against the Rams. Number 1 in the league for trips to the TAB. Natai on the step back. Webster comes up with it.
Like the look though.
I like Ty Webster feeding Todd Withers for 3. Lights out. What a setup by the Nuggets. Ty Webster, Todd Withers have come out after the break and they've made their intentions known.
Well, he got on the hip of Ira Lee and collapsed the defense. They all had to follow Ty Webster. As we see Withers, Andrew, tidy up the glass. But everyone had to fall down with Webster and finds the wide open shooter. And Withers, you just can't give him that much space.
I like this move right now from Webster. Spinning, short corner. Did everything but drop.
And it feels like the game has found its pace now.
Harris gives it up to the corner. Rakawa. Harris quickly. He wants to get going. Robbie Coleman almost ran into him, didn't give him space. Todd Withers, short. Andrew, rebound. Spinning on Lee off the glass. Here come the Nuggets. Timeout called by the Hawks. Everard Bartlett has seen enough. And within the blink of an eye, this Nuggets team has put their foot down in scenes very reminiscent of what we saw just a couple of nights ago in Christchurch.
Well, we know what they're capable of. And good job from Andrew. They're not giving up on the play. Withers had way too much space. You have to know where he is at all times. Was short on it. Andrew just doing his job. Collects the O boards. Goes back to that right. Finishes high. It makes this one a 2-point ball game. But they've been good on the boards. The one time the Hawks get killed, Andrew's right there and makes them pay. like we said, make this a 2-point ball game.
TAB stat sheet tonight, Hawks with 32 rebounds. The Nuggets with 28. Todd Withers moves to 14 points, 9 rebounds. Michael Harris has 13 for the visiting team. For the Hawks, Jordan Ngatai, game high scorer with 16 points, perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. All of the stats, of course, in the NZNBL, proudly brought to you by the TAB. Everard Bartlett, what would have the message have been during that timeout, Brooke Rusco?
It's quickly become a 2-point ball game. But the looks that they're getting are good looks. Stay with it. They've missed a couple gimmies. Tyrone Rokawa on that last 3 was wide open. That's the shot you want. That's the look that you want. Just missing. So don't stress just yet. Keep playing the game. The looks that you're trying to get. This man right here has to stay aggressive. But keep getting into the paint, making them collapse. The Nuggets sit in the zone, and they do a very good job when they sit in the zone as well.
They clog up space really well, the Nuggets, don't they?
Well, they talk. They're one of the teams that talk. And they extend their arms. They talk well. You spot on. They clog up space. You have to be aggressive. You have to penetrate. Ball fakes.
Rusbatch on the handoff. Harris back the other way. Chance here for the Nuggets to take the lead. Webster has McBride in front of him. Likes that matchup off the glass. Is good. They tie it up at 50 apiece.
Took his time. Found the matchup that he liked. Didn't rush anything. They're sitting in this 1-3-1 with those extended arms. They just brought it back quickly.
Webster.
A much needed 3.
Webster to 11, by the way. McBride answers with a triple. Might be his first points of the game for McBride. In fact, that triple was. He has 3 now. Coleman, Withers, catch and shoot, usually good. Good again, Todd Withers.
Great pass there from Harris. Nothing going. Found his man in the corner. You have to rotate. Maybe you can rotate just a little bit softer knowing that Withers is high. A great pass from Withers to flatten it out. Harris, excuse me, to flatten out the defense.
4 triples a game this season for Todd Withers at 44%. And when he's got his eye in, it is lights out stuff. He's on the trail here at the moment, runs through the key. Turnover though off the hand of Harris. Ngatai gets up off the glass. Just a steadying basket for the Hawks. Here's Webster. Oh, he's got space here again, Todd Withers. Very fortunate there that the Hawks didn't concede another Todd Withers triple. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Here's Ngatai. Excellent finish from the veteran.
Webster's doing a good job though of getting deep, making the defense collapse. He knows exactly where his shooters are, Harris and Withers. Withers gets those feet set, you're right. 9 times out of 10 that bad boy's been going in this year. They got lucky on that last one.
Well, Webster's just up the speed as well. Tempo's risen here. I've been calling for it from the Hawks, but it's been the Nuggets to respond with it. Here he is on the move again, Webster. Up high off the glass. Ties it up again, 55 apiece. 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. Reaching around, there was a lot of contact there, but the Nuggets get it back. Fist pump, Ty Webster. Hiram Harris walks away. Teammates about to be.
Yeah, those two, they're both going to be at the World Cup. I can guarantee you that.
I was thinking the Wildcats, actually.
Well, that too.
There you go. They're going to play a lot of basketball together.
But we talked about this at halftime off here. Ty Webster was 1 of 7. If he can get going, it's worrying signs. And you see him pull up right there. And he sees a couple go through. So what scorers do. It's what Websters do. They see a couple go through. You know the next one's going up, so you have to. At this point, it's an eye tie on the next play. But do your best to do it.
Danger signs right now for the Hawks. Desperately needing a win tonight. In this quarter, they've come up against Ty Webster and Todd Withers. Ngatai looking to respond off the leg in the end of Michael Harris. He can't believe the call, but I've got to tell you, Michael, Paul's 100% spot on from where we're sitting tonight.
They've tightened the straps down this end. The zone's been good to the Nuggets all year long, not just tonight. They sit in a 2-3 even now and then. They'll go to a 3-2. Right now it's a 1-3-1, so you never really know the mix. The options they're going to give you, they'll fall into after a couple passes, back into a man as well. And this third quarter, they've tightened it up down this end. And then they've managed to get out and run down the other end. Ty Webster on the bench right now. He's been a big part of that.
Look at McCulloch with the foul. That's his 4th in the game. He's only just come back onto the floor, so he's going to head straight back out. So we talked about some of the problems the Hawks have at the moment. With a short rotation tonight, the Nuggets with a couple of issues of their own as McCulloch sits. McBride, Harris now. Jared Kenny has Withers in front of him. That's a daunting prospect for any player. Good work, Harris. To Hunt, he thought he was fouled. Nuggets come up with it. Darcy Knox, who put in some very good minutes in the second quarter tonight. Can he extend this lead? 18-10 run this quarter for Otago. Coleman. Shot clock down to 3. Got to go, Harris. You know he will, unless he slips over, which he does. McBride comes up with it. Has Hunt, and Hunt gets up with the big finish. Ties it back up again at 57 apiece.
Big, strong finish. I like that. We see the slip here and turnover. Thought Withers did a pretty good job of reading the play. Ended up under the rim. And a big man out in transition throws that one down. It's the intent behind it, though. Like we said before, this is a big half for this Hawks team. Show intent, show that killer, show that mongrel. Maybe that's where it starts.
2:33 left in the third. Robbie Coleman takes a break. Ty Webster back out there again. He's had a big quarter. He's moved to 15.6 rebounds, Ty Webster. Some of the fans enjoying it tonight, as they have been right around the country throughout the season in the Sal's NBL. Big crowds, lots of families and kids enjoying some elite level basketball. Here's Darcy Knox having to contend with the close checking of McBride. Webster now, step back. This will be a 3 if it drops. Rattles the front of the iron.
And good defense there from the Hawks. Initially with McBride on Knox. And then a good contest on Webster with a step back 3 from Kenny.
Here's McBride. Harris has Webster in front of him. Corner. Hard pass for Hunt to take. Shot clock at 1. Kenny's got to go. Oh, Jared Kenny. Wind that clock back. Forget about the old man stuff. That was young man stuff.
And he's been hitting those ones all year. The late in the shot clock, 2 seconds, 1 second. He has been huge on those. That's one of the toughest ones he's hit. But he's done it on most games.
What a basket that was. Floating through the air like a butterfly. Jared Kenny. Now he's got to play some defense on Todd Withers. That's tough as Withers gets up.
That's tough. Going right, the hook shot. It's good defense from Jared Kenny. But Withers is in some type of groove at the moment and hits the running hook.
Jordan Hunt is fouled. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Look at this. From the 36-year-old, if you don't mind.
I don't know what shot was tougher. He made that look easy. If you haven't played basketball before, your first time watching, go to the park and try and make that one. That is a tough look.
There's no bigger fan of Todd Withers in the Sal's NBL than myself. But I'm taking that Jared Kenny shot every day of the week.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's a leader on horse.
Timeout here. Sal's NBL Super Special for round 12. There it is, the large 100 pepperoni black garlic pizza. Does that mean there's 100 pepperoni pieces on the pizza?
From the photo I'm looking at, yes. That bad boy is packed.
Well, how about you go out there and order one at home with the online code BASKETBOL, and you can count the pepperoni pizzas and let us know. Available till next Wednesday, just $35. The Sal's super special. A feature, of course, every week right here on Sky Sports. So too has the dancing been around the league this season.
Get a young man. Learned those moves from his pops right next to him. You know about that.
Oh, I know about that.
The knee shaker?
Oh, hello.
Is that what you call it?
You're trying to say that that's the way we used to dance back in the day?
I thought it was a compliment.
You cheeky young man. Tehi Basketball Aotearoa not too far away, tipping off July 12th. Can't wait for this. Every game live on Sky Sport. Of course, the new Sky Broadband Rapid League about to start as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. What an innovation. We're going to get to see every player in action in every single game, either through the Rapid League or To'ihi. Huge season coming up, and at last count, no less than 6 WNBA drafted players will be playing this season. No less. I expect it to go up.
The season that we had last year, that grand final that took place last year. If this season coming up is anything to go by, we're in a really good place.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The Southern Hoiho, the latest to name a WNBA drafted player. Some serious talent. At least 8 of the current Tall Ferns playing as well this season. We wish them luck in the Asia Cup next week, of course, over in Sydney. We'll have a lot to talk about on Hoopheads Wednesday night on Sky Sport. Make sure you join us for that as the Tall Ferns next week take on Korea, China and Lebanon. There it is, Sal's Hoopheads, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. for the latest Tall Ferns news and all basketball news. Join us at the desk. Here's Jack Andrew for 3. Oh, big Jack.
This has been solid all year long. Big 3 there. Webster made the right call. Saw his man dip. Enough space for Andrew to hit that 3 and take that 1-point lead.
Dying seconds of the third. Jared Kenny knows the clock, knows the situation, knows the opportunity. Harris, surrounded by Baby Blue, gets the shot up and gets the drop. Hiram Harris seemingly had nowhere to go, created something out of nothing. Tough basket. And now the Hawks back up by 1.
Really tough look. Thought Jordan Hunt did a good job of finding it. Was a good cut, but they recovered well.
They've used their Sky City player timeout here, the Nuggets, for the second half, so they won't have one late. They will advance here with 1.9. Good opportunity. We often see teams use it late in the second and fourth. The Nuggets have gone here late in the third. Will they score out of this Sky City player timeout? We have seen so many exciting passages of play out of player timeouts right here at Pettigrew Green Arena this season.
Have we what? Game on the line. 4 overtimes for this Hawk squad. 2 buzzer beaters.
Just for our viewers, by the way, this is the third quarter. There's a quarter to go.
PTSD.
Just want to point that out. There's the QR code on screen. You know how it works by now. If you want some community tickets, and there's been thousands of Sky City ticket to the big game tickets handed out this season. Here we go, 2.9 on correction. Webster's going to get it back, runs into Hiram Harris, does get the shot up. Hiram Harris up straight, good defense in the end, and that'll do us after 3. The Nuggets are right back in this game. Took the lead a couple of times during that period, but with a quarter to play, it's the Hawks by 1. Quick break, don't go away. This one, as always here at Pettigrew Green Arena, is going to go down to the wire. Back soon. quarter to play tonight here in Hawke's Bay. And yet again, like a moth to the light, the beacon burning brightly, I should say. This court just gives up so many close results.
There's no blowouts on this court.
And yet again, we've got a close one. Hawks lead by just a point with a quarter to play. Nuggets won the third quarter 23-18. Underway. Jack Andrew has it slapped out of his hands. Coleman had it, lost it, got it back. Nearly got a score as well. That would have been a good start for the Nuggets. The tale of woe this season for the Hawks as Denham Brook hits a massive three coming off the bench to start this last quarter. That's exactly what the hometown fans were looking for.
Yeah, it's what the doctor ordered. It was a quick hit. Otago got the ball across. Kenny cut back and gave a little bit of space to Denham Brook, but they needed that. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall or a fly in that last quarter break with this Hawk squad. And I would have taken X's and O's out of it. Just look at each other in the eye, show up for one another. Because when you need it the most, you need it right now. There's no two ways about it. Can you walk out tonight and say, yeah, I left it all out there? Because if you don't, oh, the season's going to get a little bit tight.
I like that. Forget the X's and O's. Let's motivate. Denham Brook, by the way, hitting that triple. He's averaging just 3.5 points a game this season. Playing just 13 minutes per game after playing over 29 minutes a game last season with the Bulls. So different role for him this season. And hitting triples like that is a very handy weapon to have. Robbie Coleman converts from the TAB. By the way, the 5 losses for the Hawks this season on their home deck were by 2, 7, 8, went down by 16 to the Giants, and in their last game lost by 1, Rokawa to Rusbatch. Their average losing margin, just over 6 points.
Yeah, besides from that 16, the Sammy Dempster game where he went off in the second, these games have been tough. As we see the good look there, and Andrew, right place, right time once again to get this one back to 2. But they've gone back to this zone. Rokawa did a good job last time of getting into the paint. Good back cut there from Ethan Rusbatch. They need to keep finding those easy looks.
Basket for basket early. Ira Lee keeping it alive. Offensive rebound for him. Now he goes inside, scoops it in underneath. Rusbatch is fouled. And it's been called on a shot as well. Michael Harris with the foul. And Ethan Rusbatch will head to the TAB. Fortuitous, some may think.
And last thing the Nuggets team need right now is this man at the free throw line getting going. Saw one go through, back to the free throw line. If you see another couple go through when you're a shooter, that's all you need. It's just a little bit of confidence.
Well, he had that big start tonight, didn't he? 2 triples in the opening quarter. Hasn't scored since. Adds a couple.
And he's the one for me. He's the X factor. Goes up in threes most times. They need to see him get going.
So after 6 points early for Rusbatch, he starts this quarter with another 4. Goes to 10 in the game. Jared Kenny called for the foul there. Has a little wry grin on his face. I do love seeing the banter between Jared Kenny and the officials over the years.
Oh, there's been some years.
Sat courtside last night watching the Bulls and the Saints, and Kyle Adnam has some decent banter with the officials as well. Quite humorous at times. From the Australian, here's Coleman in the corner. Can't put it away. Margin at 4. Hawks just with their noses in front, and Jared Kenny comes up with another big 3 ball. A couple in this half. How timely.
I think he got the big toe on the foot on that one as Withers picks up the ball. But timely basket, big baskets. We see Harris get back to the paint where he's so good. Back to his right. Finishes through contact, picks up the foul on Rusbatch and gets back to the free throw line.
averages 22 points a game, Michael Harris. As you said, his ability to get to the basket has been such a powerful weapon for this Nuggets team. Hawks just made a little bit of a mini run there, but all of a sudden, through this man, that margin tightens back up to 4.
And he's up to 15 now. 6 of 18 shooting. It's the 1 of 9 from deep.
Well, you can add 2 to that, because this is the bonus from the TAB. And he adds another one. So he has 18. That margin back to a 1-basket game. Long, long way to go. Strap yourself in. Rakawa short on the shot, falls to the safe hands of Webster. Gives it to the safer hands, I was about to say, of Todd Withers. Don't see that happen too often.
That was a good look.
Left it behind. Denham Brook, important points in this last quarter. Nice pass from Rusbatch as well.
And way to make them pay. Get the turnover going the other way. Good job from Denham Brook, right place, right time.
Webster checks his feet. Oh, underneath. Nico McCulloch had no one near him.
And the Hawks need to go at Nico McCulloch. Sitting on 4 fouls right now. With 6 minutes to go.
Problem there is they saw Ty Webster in the corner and they all went to him. McCulloch was able to make them pay. Rusbatch aggressively. Kenny now swiped away. Ty Webster, nice hand from behind.
And just not giving up on plays. We see Harris pull up and hit that second 3 to tie the game up. But just didn't give up on the other end. Falls in that man's hands. And like you said before, no bad shots he's seen. Shoots the ball with confidence and rhythm. Ties it up.
When they're going down, Michael Harris is so much fun to watch on the pull-up.
Well, it's like the closer the game, the more likely it is for him to hit that bad boy. Anytime it's tough, when the lights are on the brightest, feels like that's when he's at his best. There's a big 3 there. They scrambled well on that last possession. Nuggets did a good job. There was a couple chances there where the Hawks looked like they had numbers, were getting to the right places, but they just scrambled. Made the second effort. Webster from behind comes up with a steal. Big steal too. We got ourselves a tie ball game with 6 to go.
Yep, long way to go. No Sam Timmins tonight, no Matthew Bardsley. Ja'Cory McLaughlin's been out for a month with a knee injury. We're not sure whether he'll be back this season, but if those 3 are back and the Nuggets are at full strength come the final 6, July 20 to 23, I have no doubt whatsoever that this is a unit that can go back to back.
Well, I think they're good defensively. We know that they can fill it up, but on the defensive end, they get after it. That's where you need to go and get a winning championship.
Having said that, I think the Rams can win. The Tuatara can win. Saw the Bulls last night. I think they can win it all. Ira Lee with a handy mid-range 2.
And a much-needed bucket too. Needed that one. Jordan Natsai did a good job drawing 2, finding the open man, hitting the mid-range.
Withers catch and shoot. A little bit too deep. And I can tell you right now, if the Saints do manage to make the final 6, they are one team that none of the other 5 will want to come up against.
Well, they haven't been shooting that well. And we know that they are capable of shooting the ball much better than the clip that they're shooting at the moment. And that's the worrying sign, I think, for other teams.
#1 scoring team in the league, the Saints.
But they're not doing it from 3. And the games that they lose, that's where they've really struggled.
They give up more points than any other team in the league as well.
They do that, but I think they've worked out. We're not going to get stops night in and night out. We need to, but it just hasn't been working. So let's try and score more points. And if that 3 ball gets going for them, oh, they're going to be a tough couple when it comes to the final 6. It's a good pass from Withers with the left and puts it on the money for the big man.
Excellent play by the Nuggets there. Jack Andrew feasting on Todd Withers setting it up. Nato wants it down low. McCulloch has 4 fouls. Denham Brook from the corner has hit some important points in this last quarter. Todd Withers just slowing it down, dumps it off for McCulloch, searching for his shot. Oh, good pass in the end. And excellent work there from Jordan Natai to win it back. That looked like an easy basket for Jack Andrew, and this man who lit it up late in the first half, Jordan Natai, wins it back for the Hawks.
And they needed that. And on the last position, I thought Jordan Natai did a good job. It was the big throwdown dunk from Ira Lee. Quick pass, quick hit. Good pass from Rokawa, and he throws it down. But going back to Jordan Natai, 4 fouls on McCulloch. He's just got to go through the body, go through the chin, and go and finish that one.
And they're aware of it, the Hawks as well. They're going to target McCulloch as much as they can here. Harris, catch, shoot. Wasn't far away. Hawks lead by 2. Now things are starting to get interesting. 4 minutes to play. Here they come. Oh, Harris, that's a hard pass to take from Rusbatch. Withers round the back. Good hands. Rusbatch straight out to McCulloch, though, for 3. Yes! Big basket in the end. Both teams had it and lost it.
It just got messy. But you don't want the ball to end up in that man's hands. He was huge last year. Bit of a different role right now, coming into the team late, just his 3rd game. But you give him that much space.
First triple of the night for him.
He's not scared of the moment. He's going to let that one go. Just got a little bit messy and a little bit ugly on that last possession. A couple turnovers. Withers almost turned it over as well. But ended up with Nico, and he hit that bad boy.
Here's that foul from Jack Andrew. All tangled up. Looked like a late night nightclub dance going on there. Not sure what was happening. There's that big throwdown from Ira Lee on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. A lot of fun to watch. Back live now. 3.5 minutes to play. Urakawa on the turn. Short corner. Doesn't get it to go, but Ethan Rusbatch does.
Did a good job once again on the glass. Big bucket there and put back from Ethan Rusbatch. 9 times out of 10, when you shoot the ball from the base, it's going to end up right there. Smart play to be in the right place. As we see the turnover to the Hawks. Jordan Natai, good weak side there. Feet set.
Oh, there it goes. Jordan Natai for 3. 1 down to 4 up. Quick turnaround stuff by the Hawks. Nuggets with a timeout. And he's done that a few times tonight, hasn't he, Jordan Natai?
5 or 6 from deep. But more so than hitting the shot and being in the right place on the defensive end, was that emotion that I believe this Hawks team has been searching for. Hit that 3, turned around, big fist pump. Understands how important that shot was. Gets it out to a 4-point lead now with 3 to go. But it starts on the defensive end. Did a good job there of rotating. Hiram Harris picked up the loose one. Quick throw ahead to the man who's been hitting them all night. Jordan Natai with a big 3 and goes to 21.
I don't want to take anything away from the Nuggets whatsoever. Great win Thursday night against the Rams. They were down early in this one, got themselves back into it. The lead has been swapping and changing, we know that. But surely this Hawks team is due a win here at Pettigrew Green Arena. Surely.
They are due a win. They haven't got one just yet. But the one thing that I love more than anything is I've finally seen that emotion that that team needs to have. This is a big one here. It's a big 3 to go. Starts on the defensive end. You need to get stops. Nothing easy. Know where Withers, Webster is. Harris, obviously.
I'll go as far to say that this is the Hawks season right now. 3 minutes, 11 seconds. This is it.
And this is where it starts.
Back underway. Ty Webster has McCulloch open at the top. Goes to him now. Can't get a handle on it. Withers through hands. Harris on the wing, short. Hawks come up with it. Crowd, have a listen to them get into it now.
Big rotations, but it's one shot. Clean up the glass, you have to. Smallest man on the floor goes and gets the ball. That's what you need to do.
Harris, Natai's been a star tonight. Can't add another 2. Off hands, it falls to Webster.
Good look, though. Same thing needs to happen for this Hawks team. Get a stop. You have to clean up the glass, make it tough for them. But you have to clean up the glass.
Watch this man go. Withers, Webster, corner, McCulloch, another triple, yes! Nico McCulloch, 2 big threes, and we're back to 1.
Great offense. Great offense. They did a good job of getting into the paint, up fake, extra pass, back into the paint, extra pass, find your shooter. And he hits a big 3.
2 minutes to play. Imagine if we got overtime here again tonight. Everard Bartlett spoke about the roller coaster of a season. Rusbatch can't keep it in. Turnover Hawks. It's been one of the most thrilling roller coasters I've ever experienced.
And that position right there cannot happen at this point of the game, this point of your season. We're down with 4 seconds to go. Force it to the corner. Turn the ball over late. Have to know your sets. Have to be in the right places. And you have to get a good look.
Looking around this stadium at the moment, it's a very pensive Hawks crowd. They've been here before. Harris fouled, is off to the TAB. And this Nuggets team, as we've seen so many times this season, the grit and determination of the reigning champs. Not sure we'll see these two teams end up on the same number of wins, so head-to-head won't come into it, but let's not forget that the Hawks did win by 1 at the Edgar Centre.
Big free throws here.
98 seconds to play. Scores are tied. Harris at the TAB strike.
And I love he didn't settle. Easily could have shot that 3. Got to his place, picked up the foul on Natai. Going to his right. That's 2 big free throws.
Hawks now need to respond. That's come off the leg of Natai. That's going to be a Nuggets ball. Natai pleading with the officials. How did you see that one, Brooke?
Tough to see from this angle, but the way he's pleading, I think he might have got a hand to that one. But big turnover nonetheless, ball going the other way. You have to get a stop here if you're this Hawks team.
Less than 90 seconds to play. Loose ball picked up by McCulloch. Nuggets lead it by 1. Another thriller tonight in Hawke's Bay yet again. McCulloch nowhere to go. Webster on the move. Has Rakawa in front of him. Turns the corner. Gets the drop. That'll count. Big basket for the Nuggets. Big basket for Ty Webster.
Just too easy. Got to his space. Height advantage. Started before. McCulloch got deep into the paint. Rotations were wrong. As you see Jordan Natai get into the paint. No foul call. And Withers pick up the ball. And the turnover.
Incredible scenes. Hawks not done with yet. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Look at the battle here. Natai, Withers, Natai. Withers comes up with it. And there's the turnover. Gee, I wonder if Melanie O'Connor may have just put Michael Harris off there.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was much in there. But it's what this Hawks team needed. Still down 3. Still time. But that could have been it if the ball went the other way.
A slither of luck for the Hawks. Can they convert with a triple here? Harris, Natai, Withers right there. Rakawa now has Webster with him. Coleman comes in and helps out. Great strip. Webster has Withers. Withers fouled. No whistle. Coleman gets the basket. No whistle. Doesn't matter. Nuggets out by 5. Big foul. Who's that against? Basket won't count. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Was there a foul there? Definitely. Natai on the hand. Coleman finishes it off though.
And right place, right time for Coleman. But it just can't happen. You just can't have it. Natai gets back. Gets a hand to it. No fouls called. If you're the Hawks, you have to come up with that ball. They don't. Coleman's there with the biggest bucket of the game.
Huge.
Makes it 5.
Let's not forget Nuggets do not have their Sky City player timeout to use. Hawks do. 27.9. Hawks have got to do something here. Rusbatch, biggest shot of the night for him. Can't put it down. Natai has to foul. And Webster will walk the length of the floor to the TAB. It's just hard to fathom what has happened this season for this Hawks team on their home deck. Natai fouled out. That's his night done.
And a big night from Natai, night that they needed. And it just might not be enough. Gut-wrenching loss.
Well, we've seen teams come back from more than this in less than this. Webster can start hammering the first nail right now. He moves to 18. He's 6 of 8 from the coloured stripe tonight.
He's been huge on the glass too, 10 rebounds.
And what a return to the Sal's NBL for Ty Webster. Converts both. Margin at 6. Timeout here. Hawks, last gasp stuff. I know the mathematicians out there will tell me that over the next 3 rounds, it's still possible for the Hawks to make it, but I just can't help but feel that if they go down tonight, this is the dagger on their season.
Gut-wrenching right now because they're just trying to work it out. But I believe you learn how to win, but you can also learn how to lose, and they just can't get their monkey off the back at the moment. Fourth quarter, close games. It's just sitting right there.
And you just would not have thought, with the roster that the Hawks have put together, that they would be staring down the barrel of a 6th home loss of the season.
There's no way. I think the Nuggets have done a good job of keeping this Hawks squad as well to just 83. It's not their best performance on the offensive end in no way, shape or form, but they got it done in the other end in the fourth quarter when it mattered the most.
Well, it's been a 50-38 second half by the Nuggets as well. Pretty much reminiscent of what we saw 48 hours ago against the Rams. Second half effort. Not sure what they're talking about at halftime. What's in the R line at halftime? But it's working. 22.1 to play. Remember, Hawks do have their Sky City player timeout. Here's Ira Lee. They've got to get a shot up. That doesn't help. Fumbling hands from Lee. He has to go it alone in the end. Does score. Back to 4. Time is the friend of the Nuggets. Reaching round. Harris with the foul. Todd Withers will head back the other way.
Still managed to get to the bucket. They chewed up a lot of time there. It's felt like Ethan Rusbatch had a little bit of space too. Bobbled the ball. They got it back with Ira Lee. They just did a good job, the Nuggets there, to cut off another 10 seconds.
And if they've got to keep fouling, the bad news for the Hawks, as Withers converts his 3rd of 3 shots from the TAB tonight, the Nuggets are 19 of 23. So they're not missing too many from this spot.
They do the things that matter really well. They get to the free throw line, they convert. They're shooting the 3 ball well. Not the best night they've had. 10 of 36. But on the year, shooting the 3 ball well. And they managed to get stops and sit in that zone. As you see, Kenny and Lee cleaned that one up. But they're just doing the right things when it matters the most, this Nugget squad.
Got to get a steal here. Some pressure, foul, Rusbatch on Withers. Hawks will be hoping that Todd Withers doesn't do what he just did from the TAB. Margin at 5, 7 seconds to play. A win for the Nuggets tonight. Their 10th of the season will push them back up to equal second. Not sure if they'll jump over the top of the Bulls. They're right there with them though. In fact, they may go back ahead of them on 10 wins each.
And let's not forget they're without Big Sammy Timmons tonight.
Let's not forget for the last month they've been without Ja'Cory McLaughlin, who a month ago you sat here and said to me, I think this guy's the best player in the league.
I'm such a fan, huge fan of his, and I hope we can get him back. I don't know if it's looking good at the moment. But I'm a big fan of what he can do and how he can do it. And he also, if he comes back, gives Ty Webster more space out there to play off the ball. It's a real team effort tonight, though, from this Nugget squad. 21 for Withers. He had 12 boards as well.
He moves to 23 now. Ice in his veins from the TAB. Sky City player timeout here. Good chance for you, actually, with thanks to the TAB. Bring us all up to date on the stats.
21 for Harris. A few boards in there as well. 19 for Ty Webster. 10 rebounds. Jack Andrew just did his thing. 10 points, 4 or 5, 7 rebounds. Steal and a block. Chuck that in there too. Mika McCulloch, 11. Few boards, few assists.
Darcy Knox, 2 shots for the night.
Made both of those bad boys. Had a block in there as well.
Both triples. Back underway here out of the Sky City player timeout. Was there some holding there? No whistle. Loose block. Withers, add that to the stat sheet. That'll do us. What a win tonight for the Otago Nuggets. Down by as much as 12. They get up by 7. And all the news is at the other end of the court. The Hawks have lost their 6th straight at home. And I just don't know whether they're going to be able to turn this around and make the final 6. But credit tonight to the Nuggets as we roll through some of the highlights. Gee, I like what the reigning champs are doing.
And it got tough there. In their 4th, there's a chance. The Hawks should have blown that one out. Nuggets just did enough to stay in it. And then they keep going and they got that win. Big on the boards there. Withers 12. Ira Lee had 12 as well. Webster cleaned up a lot without big Sammy Timmins in there. Rukai had the ball in hand a lot. 5 and 5 for him and Harris. Webster once again with 4. And I don't think overall this was the tidiest game from the Nuggets. I think Webster had the best game he's ever had. Harris didn't shoot the ball as well as we know he can. But they still got it done. And that's championship resolve right there.
Nuggets get it by 7. Hawks back at home next Saturday. They're on the ropes, but they're not out of it. The Nuggets head home next Sunday to take on the Bulls. Sal's NBL round 12 action. 2 more games to come, and they are huge games. Can't wait for tomorrow. Make sure you join us back-to-back. Jets against the Saints, Airs against the Sharks. All 4 of those teams need to keep winning to stay in the hunt for the Sal's NBL Final 6 this season. Hope you've enjoyed it tonight. Nuggets home by 7. We'll see you for more Sal's NBL tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.